Welcome to 7 Days Report, your reliable source of information. I'm your host, Vasilios Nikolaos Vitsalogiannis. We're here to inform you about all the major news from the past week, every weekend at 1200 and 2100. Let's begin with our first news. President Joe Biden criticized former President Donald Trump's recent rally at Madison Square Garden, calling it embarrassing and beneath any president. This statement came as Biden cast his early voting ballot in Delaware on Monday, where he was asked about the previous night's rally. During the rally, Trump made controversial remarks, including a divisive joke about Puerto Rico by comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, which has drawn significant backlash. Biden emphasized the importance of character and leadership, stating, "Most of the presidential scholars I've spoken to talk about the single most consequential thing about a president is character. He puts that in question every time he opens his mouth." Biden's comments reflect broader concerns among Democrats regarding Trump's rhetoric and its implications for national unity. As the election approaches, Biden underscored the election's significance, suggesting that Trump's behavior indicates a troubling trend in American politics. The fallout from the rally continues to resonate, with various political figures and organizations condemning the remarks made during the event. Access to abortion in Argentina is facing significant challenges 3 years after its legalization, particularly under President Javier Milei's administration. Since taking office, Milei has halted the procurement of essential medical supplies like misoprostol and mifepristone, critical for safe abortions. Reports from Amnesty International reveal that no supplies have been delivered this year, exacerbating the difficulties faced by those seeking reproductive health services. Maria, a woman struggling to access these medications, shared her despair after local hospitals reported shortages. "I returned home in tears, overwhelmed with despair," she recounted, highlighting the emotional toll of this situation. The Ministry of Health acknowledged a significant shortage in essential supplies, further complicating access for women across the country. Feminist activists warn that these restrictions could lead to a resurgence of unsafe abortion practices. Reports indicate an 80% increase in barriers to accessing legal abortions over the past year, as many provinces lack the necessary resources to provide care. Activists are now mobilizing to fill the gaps left by the national government, but disparities in resources among provinces threaten equitable access to care. The situation underscores a critical moment for reproductive rights in Argentina amid rising political and social tensions. At least 51 people have died following catastrophic flash floods in southeastern Spain, particularly affecting the Valencia region. The torrential rains, which delivered a year's worth of precipitation in just 8 hours, led to widespread devastation, with roads submerged and towns completely inundated. Videos circulating on social media show torrents of water sweeping away vehicles and damaging infrastructure, including bridges. Carlos Mazón, the president of the Valencia region, confirmed the recovery of multiple bodies, but withheld further details out of respect for the victims' families. Local authorities have urged residents to avoid travel and stay updated through official channels as rescue operations continue. The floods have also disrupted rail services and prompted emergency evacuations in several areas, including Chiva and Alara. Reports indicate that some regions experienced over 300 millimeters of rainfall, exacerbating the situation. Emergency services are actively searching for missing individuals, with reports of people trapped in their homes and vehicles. As the situation develops, the focus remains on rescue efforts and providing aid to those affected by this unprecedented weather event. North Korea has successfully launched its longest-flying intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, further showcasing its missile capabilities amid heightened military tensions. The missile flew for 87 minutes, reaching an altitude of 7,000 kilometers, 349 miles, and covering a distance of 1,000 kilometers, 621 miles, before landing in the sea off its eastern coast. This test surpasses the previous record set in December 2023, which lasted 73 minutes. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the launch, declaring it a necessary military action to demonstrate strength against perceived threats. He emphasized that the test serves as a warning to rivals who have escalated regional tensions. The missile was reportedly fired using a new solid fuel booster, indicating advancements in North Korea's missile technology. This development comes on the heels of reports suggesting North Korea is preparing for its seventh nuclear test and is nearing the capability to strike the United States. Concurrently, concerns are rising over North Korean troop deployments to Russia, where they are allegedly assisting in combat operations related to the Ukraine conflict. The United States and allies have condemned the missile launch as a violation of UN resolutions, heightening fears of escalating military provocations in the region. Two separate rocket attacks by Hezbollah have tragically resulted in the deaths of 7 civilians in northern Israel, marking one of the deadliest days of violence in recent months. The assaults occurred near Metula, a town close to the Lebanese border, where an Israeli farmer and 4 foreign agricultural workers were killed when rockets struck their vicinity. Additionally, a woman in her 60s and a man in his 30s lost their lives near Kibbutz Afek, located on the outskirts of Haifa. Hezbollah claimed responsibility for these attacks, stating that they targeted the Krayot region and Israeli forces south of Qiyam, Lebanon. The Israeli military reported intercepting some projectiles, but confirmed that approximately 55 rockets were launched towards various regions, including Central and Upper Galilee. This escalation in violence coincides with ongoing discussions between U.S. special envoys and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu regarding a potential ceasefire to address the conflict with Hezbollah. Netanyahu emphasized that any agreement must ensure Israel's security and the safe return of displaced residents from northern areas. The recent attacks have intensified fears among civilians, with over 60 fatalities reported in northern Israel due to Hezbollah's actions since the onset of hostilities following the Gaza conflict. Our show has come to an end for now. 7 Days Report will return in a few hours. I'm your host, Vasilios Nikolaos Vitsilogiannis, and before signing off, I would like to wish you a happy and safe weekend. Goodbye.